This video is supported by TBC Live. Check out the TBC Live on the App Store or the Google Play Store. It's an app to enjoy NRL with friends while the game is going. You comment what's going to happen next, and you thumbs up and thumbs down if you disagree or agree with people. There's great rewards to win every week, and your favourite content creators, including me, are on the app. So check out TBC Live today. Round number 24 of the NRL kicks off with a massive clash with the Penrith Panthers and the Melbourne Storm. The top two teams are going at it. I had an okay week last week, getting 5 out of 8. I'd like to do much better this week. Let's get into my NRL round 24 tips. So last week's picks in the try scorers, not too bad once again. Brian To'o against the Eels, it's always a lock. Tommy Talau has been in try scoring form there, getting one against the Raiders. Bronson Cherry, not only any time, but I did pick him for a double. I'm not sure what it was paying, so I didn't actually get on him for a double, but I had him for a try. Good pick there. He had a field day against the Dragons right edge. And Herbie Farnworth for Dolphins Warriors. I'm pretty sure he scored the second try. I had him as first, so if you did have him as first, second or third, good on you, but unfortunately not in my case there. But yeah, a few upsets, few results didn't go my way. Let's get into what's going to happen this week. First of all, guys, as you can see by the title of this video, once again, a short, I don't often do giveaways, but I'm feeling nice, I'm feeling generous. So look, if you guys download the TBC app, the link in the description, and leave a comment, I can actually check that you have downloaded the app as well, and then play along this weekend on TBC Live. One person is going to be randomized, and you're going to win an NRL bobblehead. I'll basically send you a list via Instagram of the ones you can choose from as well. There's a bunch of different NRL bobbleheads, and I'm going to give one away for you guys, send it across to you, or even if you're at a game, meet you at a game with it potentially. But yeah, TBC Live, make sure you join in the description. I've got the link for you there, but let's get into the tips. So the first game, we'll see the Penrith Panthers take on the Melbourne Storm in a fixture that a lot of people have been waiting for this season, for these teams to kind of go at it. Now, Dylan Edwards has been named on the reserves. He's been named in jersey number 20, so a chance of returning from injury. Liam Martin, Asa Kapoa, and Scott Sorensen out for this one. So the Storm unchanged, and the Panthers have Maverick Geyer in jersey 11, Liam Henry in jersey number 12. So interesting. Dane Laurie had a great game against the Parramatta Eels. Nathan Cleary, great game against the Parramatta Eels. So yeah, it was an almighty comeback. How to lose a game in 10 minutes, part 2. As for the Melbourne Storm, it was an okay win against the Rabbitohs. I feel like Craig Bellamy will have them up for this one, and they'll be at another level. The Panthers, though, they're fighting to try and steal the minor premiership of the Storm, which they're more than capable of doing. So this will be a close game. It'll probably go, I think at home, I think the Panthers will be too good. I think it's kind of a 50-50 one, but I just think I think the Panthers are getting it right at the right time and look like they could win their 4th straight premiership. I hope I'm wrong there, but looking like it. Panthers 24, Melbourne Storm 14. Panthers to win this one by 10 points in a beauty. First try scorer, I'm going to go with Jerome Luai. I think his form this year has been really good, turned things around for the better side. And then anytime try scorer for this one, I'm going to go Jack Howarth from the Melbourne Storm to score a try at any time. But Panthers to win by 10 points. Next up, it is the Manly Sea Eagles at Brookvale Oval taking on the Warriors. Now, the Warriors season came to an end against the Dolphins last week in a crazy game. I reckon it was one of the best games of the year. I reckon it was absolutely insane, especially Sean O'Sullivan coming off the bench in Golden Point and doing that. What a cracker. Some great tries scored by the Wars as well. Tamare Martin and Ali Liatawa are out for this one. Sean Johnson has been named in jersey number 7. Harris Tavita in the 6. And I think that's the only changes that I can see, with Adam Pompey coming into jersey number 3 for Ali Liatawa, who went off injured. Tautau Kula has been named on the reserves for the Seagulls in jersey number 18 with the form of Lehigh Hapawade. It's going to be very hard for him to get back in the side, and Tommy Talau as well. So, yeah, Manly, they've hit form at the right time, haven't they? They are a smoky, I guess, to try and make the top four. Going to be very difficult, and they need things to go their way, but they could be there at the end of the year in the top four. But Luke Brooks, finals footy, he can smell it, I can smell it. Manly to win 13 plus, Manly to win 32 points to 16. Defence is still very shaky for mine. First try scorer, so Manly by 16 points. First try scorer, I'll go Ruben Garrick to score the first try of the match and Manly to win. Next up is the Roosters taking on my Parramatta Eels at Allianz on Friday night. I actually am going to try and get to this game. I'll see how I go. It'll be a very last minute decision. I'll probably decide a day before and try and let you guys know via Instagram. It is not guaranteed, but I'm going to try and go to this game at Allianz. Roosters Eel. Now, really interesting. Ryan Madison's been named in jersey number 13, but he's been ruled to have fractured ribs and be out for 3 weeks. So I don't know what's happening there. Sivo returns to the reserves list as well as Ethan Saunders. And Kelma Taulagi comes in for his first game in a while by the bench, which is a nice change there. Bench of the Roosters is Tupanua, White, Butcher, Tyrrell May. We're playing a Roosters side that's coming off the bye, and in a couple of weeks we're playing a Tigers side that's coming off the fucking bye. So I don't know who did this scheduling, but we were stuffed around with this last year, and I don't really care because we're going to finish bottom two. But it would be nice to not play teams off the bye, wouldn't it? Teams that are tired from their games, just like us. A massive game against the Panthers last week. We'll be tired from that. We threw it all in for 76 minutes there, but exciting game of footy, very frustrating at the end. If you haven't seen it, check out the game day vlog with my uncle and cousin from England joining me there. Roosters Eels, man, we gave it to the Roosters at Parramatta Stadium earlier in the year. I did say that this is the one game that scares me. Back in April, I said when we go to Allianz, we're probably going to get flogged, something like a 38 points to 8. I think our attack has been okay for the most part, and the Roosters' defence hasn't been great, so they need to work on that, and I think they will. And I'm sorry, but once again, I'm going to tip against Parramatta. I think away from home as well, this is going to be one of those games that's going to be oh shit. I'm going to go the Roosters by 18 here. Roosters 28, Parramatta Eels 10. They're going to be too good for us. They're classy. Tedesco, Manu. Dominic Young is going to probably have a field day against Jake Tungo. So, yeah, Roosters too good. First try scorer, I'll go Joseph Manu to score the first try just because I don't want to see Dominic Young score the first try again at $5 odds. It's ridiculous. And anytime try scorer, I'll back one of the blue and golds. I'll go Brycey Cartwright to crash over and score a try in jersey number 12. But look, I hope the Para boys get up for it, but I think the Roosters will be too good at home. Next up from Bundaberg, Salter Oval, is the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs, who sit in 5th and pending results go their way, can jump into the top 4 up against the Dolphins. Now, the Dolphins last week, a really strange game, 26-6 against the Warriors lead, and then let them back into it and let them lead. They were able to get the win after sending the game into Golden Point, but they will be missing Mark Nichols for this game. Trey Fuller still named on the reserve, and the Bulldogs welcome back Jamin Salmon for his first game in a number of weeks by the bench, with Kickout and Preston still named in the back row for this one. Well, the Bulldogs, man, Matt Burton had a game last week. Kurt Mann had a fantastic game, as I said on the vlog, but the Bulldogs are playing some really good football, and I've been making videos about them potentially going on to win the grand final this year, and they are starting to show me why they can do it. Their attack has been getting better and better. Now, they play a Dolphins side who are desperate to try and secure themselves a top 8 spot in Queensland as well. So it's going to be majority Dolphins fans. I think there will be some Bulldogs fans there. I know it's a Bulldogs home game, but I think there will be more Dolphins fans there, unless there are a lot of, bandwagoning Bulldogs fans like we saw for the Warriors last year. Everyone just jumped on that sort of bandwagon. But I got the Doggies here, man. I like what they're doing. I thought that they kept that lead against the Dragons. There was moments where they let the Dragons back into the game, just the slightest bit. But for the most part, when you think that a team's coming back into it, the Bulldogs kick away and their attack starts to click. So I got the Bulldogs by 8. I'll go 24 points to 16 in this one. Canterbury to get another win. I think it's their 5th straight win if they win this one, if I'm not mistaken. First try scorer, I'm going to go with Stephen Crichton. I just think Crichton's going to have a massive game here. And Stephen Crichton's my first try scorer. Bulldogs to win again. Next up, it is the North Queensland Cowboys hosting the Canberra Raiders. Now the Raiders, no Jordan Rapana for this game means Sebastian Cripps comes into the wing. Adam Cook moves to the halves with Ethan Strange moving to centres. Strange decision by Ricky Stewart. We'll see if it plays out well. But Chad Townsend has been dropped for this game. And Jeremiah Nanai is out. So Jake Clifford comes into the halves pairing. Townsend named on the reserves. But yeah, definitely probably in Queensland Cup or I guess this weekend. So I didn't get to watch the Cowboys against the Broncos, but I know that they had a lead and got absolutely flogged. So I've said they're pretenders all year. I've said their defense is shocking all year. Do they deserve to play finals? I don't know. Will they play finals? I think so. I think they've gotten to a point now where they probably will. Will they win this game against a Raiders side who started well against Manly but fell off in the second half once again? It feels like the Raiders of 2 years ago, doesn't it? Because the Raiders are also a potential top 8 chance. This is a big game for both of these sides, but oh man, Nanai is a big out, isn't he? Who comes in? Finu Fuaki comes in for Nanai. I'm going the Cowboys. I'm going the Cowboys by 2. This will be high scoring. This will probably be dreadful defenses. Cowboys to win 24-22. High scoring one. First try scorer, I'm going to go Scott Drinkwater to score first try and have a big game at fullback at home. Anytime try scorer, Xavier Savage. Very tough game to pick, but I am going to go the Cowboys to just get a win at home. Next up from Campbelltown Stadium in their second last home game of the year, I believe. It's the West Tigers up against the South Sydney Rabbitohs. The Rabbitohs missing Michael Cheekham for this one, and Solomon Alumalu is out for the Tigers. Junior Tupou has been named as a chance to return from the reserves. As for the bench of the Rabbitohs, Mamazelas, Host, Burgess and Shakai Mitchell make up a bench. Well, the Tigers were okay. Weren't great, but they were okay against the Knights. Put on a decent amount of points at Newcastle. The Rabbitohs were not that great against the Melbourne Storm. They've been falling. This is a battle of shit versus shitter. Neither of these teams are going to play finals. This is a real nothing game. As for the Tigers, though, I get this feeling that no one's jersey is kind of safe. They're about to probably win their 3rd straight wooden spoon, unless we want to steal it off them. Whereas Souths are in a safer position. Wayne Bennett's probably making some of the calls at South Sydney right now as well, mind you. And Benji is probably fed up with it and saying, look, no one's safe next year. There's going to be changes for this to sort of happen. So I like what I saw of Jareen Buller at the back. I like what I've seen of young Talon De Silva. Coruscant's been in good form. The Rabbitohs are probably desperate for a win because it's been 3 weeks. Let's go the Tigers. Let's go the Tigers to win. They are desperate. They are due. It's been a long time coming. Let's make this wooden spoon battle interesting and bring it down to spoon bowl potentially in the last game of the season. The Tigers will beat the Rabbitohs by 4 points. I'm going to go 20 points to 16 in a very close one. The Tigers to get it done. This young group of players are playing good. Galvin's playing well as well. So give me the Tigers and give me Fatape to score the first try of the match. The Tigers to upset the Rabbitohs at home at decent odds at $2.80. Now, the last 2 games on Sunday, the first one will be from Wollongong. It's the Dragons going up against the Titans, and Hame Sele, Moses Sully are out for this one. So Matt Feeney comes into the centres in the absence there. Jack Bird has been named on the bench. Interesting. I thought they probably would have gone with him in the starting side, but obviously they've gone with Matt Feeney there, who was normally on the wing, but you wouldn't drop Lomax or Tui Pelotu right now at all. Moe Fodawaker is out, as well as Beau Fermor out for this one. Brian Kelly returns for the Titans in jersey number 3. This is a tough game because the Titans, although they scored nil last week, they've had some really good performances over the last 2 months. They've had some hiccups. They're probably not going to play finals this year. Their season in that regard is over. The Dragons are desperate to get a win and get back into a spot where they can make the finals in front of a home crowd. But they were like that last week against the Bulldogs, and a lot of people fell into the trap of tipping them to win. So I'm finding this game tougher and tougher to pick. Kyle Flanagan's been named in jersey number 6. I'm guessing maybe Connor Mulhausen comes into 6 if injured, or even Jack Bird comes into the 6, which if Jack Bird's in the 6, I don't think. I think at Wollongong, they're a better team than they are at Cogra. Give me the Dragons. Give me the St. George Illawarra Dragons by 8 points. Give me the Dragons to win 22 points to 14 over the Titans. And give me Christian Tuipulotu to score the first try of the match for this one. He's been in pretty good form all but last week. And let's go rough, because they do concede to middles. So I'll go Jermaine Jolliffe from the Titans to get a try at any time this week. But hard game to pick, Dragons to win. And the final game of the round will see the Cronulla Sharks take on the Newcastle Knights. It doesn't have a stadium here. I thought this was at Coffs Harbour, but I think we've already seen the Coffs Harbour game, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it's at maybe Shark Park. We'll see. As for the lineups, lots of changes. So Jackson Hastings has been named on the reserves for the Knights. Christian Mapalangi is out for this one. Fletcher Sharp and Marju make up the wings. Dylan Lucas is back via the centres. As for the Sharks, Ronaldo Mulatalo has been named on the reserves. Could be a chance of returning from injury, which will probably push Stone Street back to the reserves, who's been in pretty good form as well. But a good win for both of these sides. The Sharks, massive win against the Titans, went in as underdogs, came out 44-point winners. The Knights expected to win. Few people tipped the Tigers, few idiots. I'm an idiot this week for tipping the Tigers, but we'll see what happens. The Knights, they probably feel like their finals hopes are still alive with that win, but they remind me of the Broncos a few weeks ago, where they're still, poor in attack for the most part. I know they had some good points at home. It was only the Tigers. It was only the Knights in the Broncos case a few weeks ago. Give me the Sharks to win 13 plus. Give me the Sharks to probably secure a top 4 spot here. Sharks to win 30-16 by 14 points. And give me, in the battle of Blake versus Jaden, give me first try scorer Blake Brayley for this game. Those are my tips for NRL round 24, guys. Make sure you let me know your tips in the comments. Once again, download the TBC Live app, link in the description there, and leave a comment once you've done. If you want to win an NRL bobblehead, I will announce the winner there. I am going to be doing a bit of a live stream in about an hour as well, at about 5:15 p.m. today. So if you're watching this after Tuesday, unfortunately you've missed the live stream, go and watch it. But I'm going to be speaking about the NRL final series. Hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. At 5,000 subscribers, I will be giving away an NRL membership, so I do look forward to doing that. And yeah, that's it for my tipping video. I'll see you guys later.